Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dr. Crypto here, and in this video I'm going to talk about this pullback, what we've had, because I want to show you something in the Bitcoin chart. It says, history doesn't always repeat, but it generally rhymes, and I'll show you that, and I'll show you why this is an opportunity, and this pullback isn't a reason to be scared or worried or thinking alt season's over or that's the end of the bull market, because I've seen this on X. Some people have just come into crypto thinking, oh, where's this alt season? Where's it? It's all over. It's all finished. But to me, this is an opportunity. And we're seeing today a lot of red. Yesterday, we're seeing a lot of red. But who can we blame for this? Well, we can blame for one person, inverse Jim Cramer. Because with Jim Cramer, if he says Bitcoin's going up, Bitcoin isn't going to pull back. It's going to pull back. If he says Bitcoin's going down, we're going to get that pump. But to be honest with you, we look at what Chris said here. He said this a few weeks back ago. Leverage needs to be cleaned before we attack 100K. And he's totally right. Because if you all notice with Bitcoin, we started to get up to that 98,000, 99,000. And then suddenly that steam just started to come out. And we just started to slowly move down again. And what we need to do is we need to flush that leverage out, so we can reset everything, get that dry powder and pump it up to the top, that where we're going to get to that 100,000. So this pullback is healthy. It's not like a pullback that you should be worried about. This is something you probably should be embracing. For me personally, I'm not telling you what to do, but what I'm doing is, on this pullback, all the coins I've got in conviction is, in terms of the altcoins specifically, I'm starting to DCA a little bit more. Now, there is room, obviously. We could pull back even further. I said it in all my videos, that when we get big moves to the upside, we will get pullbacks. But in bull markets, these pullbacks are opportunities, in my opinion. Because look, I could go to Bitcoin right now, and I'll show you this. Right now, we are on, well, we're in mid-November time. What, 26th of November, not mid-November. Time just flies, doesn't it? We're in about that mid-November time at the moment, towards the end of November. But look what happened again. This is back in 2020. Look at this. Back in November the 23rd, precisely, we had that big pullback. And look what's happened again. We're having that pullback again. So like I said, it doesn't always repeat, but it rhymes. And what's happened is we've got that pullback and towards the end of November. And again, that end of November, we're having that pullback again. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not worried at all about this pullback. I'm just seeing this as an opportunity. This is an opportunity for me to DCA more. And also, what also clarifies to me as well as opportunity, we're starting to come down on the dominance. Don't forget, this is on the weekly. Dominance is coming down. We see money flows coming out of Bitcoin and starting to flow into coins like Ethereum. Ethereum is starting to get more money inflows coming in, but the Bitcoin dominance is dropping down from this bearish rising wedge. This is a massive rising wedge, all from 2022 all the way up to now, and we're starting to break down. But what also is starting to break down as well, yes, we've had this small little pump here, but overall, this bear flag, which has been created, is dropped down to the downside. And basically, the USDT dominance, if this drops down, then obviously that's going to be good for altcoins. But at the moment, we're getting a little bit of a move to the upside up here. This is the 20 EMA, 50 EMA, and 200 EMA. And at the moment, it's trying to push it up towards that 20 EMA. But overall, it's a drop down. And I'm expecting this dominance is going to drop down potentially even further. Yes, we might get a little bit of move to the upside, a few percentage. But overall, I think this is coming down. But overall, look at the total market cap. We had that bull flag, broke out to the upside, and now consolidating. And basically, we're waiting to see what happens with Bitcoin. Because like I said with Bitcoin, if that can basically consolidate where it is, hold the line where it is, just like it is here, I'm expecting Bitcoin is getting that dry powder. Imagine those soldiers have gone for the attack and suddenly get repelled. They've got to come back and basically regroup again with a new plan, a new strategy to push forward to get over that 100K. And I think that's what's happening right now. So all these altcoins we're seeing starting to pull back right now is opportunities. This is opportunities, in my opinion. Because Quinton says exactly the same thing. Why is it going down? And we can see here this little pullback that we're having. And like I said, with Bitcoin, again, it's just repeated itself. Same thing happened towards the end of November of 2020. And again, the same thing is happening right now. And, you know, we can look at Bitcoin because a lot of other people are saying, well, you know, what's happening? You know, we see all these inflows coming in off BlackRock, and we see, like, you know, we see Michael Saylor doing all this buying, but the price is coming down. Because what you've got to bear in mind is when you see all these inflows coming in and you see Michael Saylor buy, there's going to be sellers as well. And obviously there's a lot of people who bought Bitcoin down at $15,000 are starting to take a little bit off the table. And what I think's happening is they're not taking it off the table to put it all into USDT. What they're doing is, I think, they're putting it into coins like Ethereum. They're starting to rotate, I feel, they're starting to rotate some money now into Ethereum, because as we noticed over these past couple of days, Ethereum is acting quite strong. It's bounced off this area of support. So I think some people are starting to take money out of Bitcoin and starting to put it into Ethereum. And then what will happen is the money from Ethereum will start to trickle down into the higher altcoins. We have started to see some ADA, the XRPs, starting to make some big moves as well. But like Kyle said here, over the last 30 days, 62.9 billion has flowed into digital assets, 53 billion into Bitcoin and ETH, 9.6 billion to stablecoins. Look like Bitcoin strong 90-day rally is sparking some serious investors' interest. But we can also see the liquidity map here. We've grabbed that liquidity, but look at all this liquidity that's building up, all the way back up to 99,000, up to 100,000. It's all piling back up again. And like I said, Kyle also, when I mentioned about all this regarding Michael Saylor and the ETFs, they keep on buying, but the price doesn't seem to go rocket past 100K. And that's why I said, because a lot of whales are taking some profits. But he says here, long-term Bitcoin holders sold 128K Bitcoin, but the US spot ETFs absorbed 90% of the selling pressure. Strong institutions demand, just like Michael Saylor and BlackRock's, is fueling Bitcoin's rally, bringing it closer to the 100K milestone. So what I'm saying is, once those whales stop selling, and then we can start to gather up pace again to break and smash through that 100K. Exactly what Chris said here. And just going back to what he said here, leverage needs to be cleaned out before the attack. So look, what you need to bear in mind is, don't get scared out the market, because I see some people on X are selling. They think the alt season's not going to happen, and they start selling. And what happens is they start selling, and then the price will start to move up, and then they start buying at higher prices. To me, this is opportunity. So you just got to bear that in mind. When we look at like CRO for an example as well, we could go, CRO's holding strong. It's still at 28. It hasn't really dropped down much, you know. So overall, we can see we're down 12.82% on the day. 59 million volume. We're shy of 5 billion. We're down to 4.46 billion because obviously we've had some people got a bit worried, a bit scared of taking some money out of the market. And that's just the way it is. You've got to have buyers, you've got to have sellers. At the moment, to me, this is a DCAing opportunity. It really is a DCAing opportunity because, like, you know, when you see things like this, that they're bringing out on the crypto.com again, that 20% PA. So you lock up so much of your CRO and you'll get 20%. Limited time offer, receive 20% PA on Crow. No rewards cap, first come, first served. So if you're not going to, this is a really good idea, I think, because yes, obviously you want some CRO out there. So when CRO goes to that $1 or that $2, you want to sell some, don't you? But if you keep in a little bag and you're not going to touch that for, 5 years or a longer period of time, it's worth stacking it into that to actually get some extra CRO built into that. It's sort of like a savings account, getting some like saving returns, like, you know, but you're getting a 20% PEA on this. So I'm locking up about 100 to 200,000 of my CRO coins because, like I said, there's a certain amount of CRO that I am not going to sell at all over this next 5+ odd years. I'm just going to keep on queuing. So if they can keep on offering me this 20%, I'm going to take it. I've also got my Icy White card as well. I've got that locked up. I've got about 70, 80,000 CRO in that. And that is not being sold at all either. I've got my spot bags, which I'm going to take profits as we're going up. But there's a certain part of my bag which is not ever going to be sold for quite a number of years. So pure on the basis because look what crypto.com and their roadmap, the banking, and the stock market. So yeah, it's just a no-brainer for me personally. But that's an opportunity as well. But like I said, we're looking at CRO at the moment when it loads in. I'm just sitting back. I'm sitting back and saying this is a DCA opportunity because, like I said, it's all bullishness really. All between this. Yes, we could drop down to this line, down to 15 pence. But to me, this is just a buying opportunity because I think this small pullback that we're having off Bitcoin at the moment is a healthy correction. And it's that healthy correction we need to get Bitcoin above 100,000K. That's what we need to do. And we may well come back down even further in terms of Bitcoin. We could come back down. But right now we can see we're just sitting above that 20, 50 EMA and well above that 200. If we could well come back and test it back down to that $76,000 mark around about this area here. This is around this area of support. So we could come back down and retest 76,000 and I would not be worried. That would be still really healthy. A healthy correction that gives opportunities. Some people don't see this as opportunities, but I'm seeing this as opportunities for me to stack more of my CRO, some more of my Ethereum, some of my other tokens, even some of my meme coins. This is an opportunity because when this alt season does go full blown, which I'm pretty sure it's going to do, this is going to make a beautiful opportunity to make some really, really nice chunky gains in that. So all I'll say is everybody's risk tolerance is very different. I'm just telling you what I do. You do what you need to do personally. But for me, I've been scared out the market. When I first got into crypto and we saw dips like this, I got scared of the market and I sold a Pacific coin. And my God, and that was, I'll be honest with you, it was Doge. I sold Doge and Doge made some really massive gains and I lost out on a lot of money because I got worried. And as soon as I sold, about a week later, Doge absolutely rocketed up in 2020. And, I've regretted that. And this is why I take these dips as opportunities. We're nowhere near, I don't think, off the blow off top just yet. And when I say we're not near in terms of the blow off top or anything like that, we only have to look at this, which is called the CBBI Rainbow Indicator. And we're only here at the moment. We're only touching this orange line, which we could see back here in around about, this was around about 2022, December of 2022. Where that orange bit of spot is here is again right here. So we've got a long, long way to go till we get to that close to that peak of the bull market. And we're only sitting around about here at the moment. And you can see what's happened in previous blow off tops, what's happened here. And we're still right down the bottom, only 80. When you look at the tops before, we were around about that 98 to 100. We're only sitting at number place 80 at the moment. So I feel like we've got a long way to go in this bull market. These dips are opportunities. Take advantage of them. Do what you need to do. I'm doing what I need to do because I have conviction that this alt season is going to be absolutely gigantic and it's going to be explosive. So I'm taking advantage of these dips on my CRO. So I hope this video has been sort of helpful to you. Give us a like and give us a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.